as Honduras is hosting El Salvador. Take a look at the standings for League B, Group B. El Salvador sitting at the top of the standings with 6 points up behind a pair of wins, including that 9-1 victory over Martinique. Honduras sitting at number 2 after tying Nicaragua. A huge chance today to climb the standings as they prepare to take on the top seeded currently, as of now, El Salvador. So a lot up for grabs today. Huge moment for both of these teams after a pair of games earlier in September for League B, Group B action, to now be able to face off today. Of course, they face off again in just a couple of days. So the first of 2 matchups between these two, and that one will be in El Salvador. And as we prepare for kickoff, we've got starting lineups coming soon, as well as national anthems.
La bienvenida a el partido rumbo a la Copa Oro Concacaf W 2023 a los equipos nacionales de Honduras y El Salvador. Damas y caballeros, les pedimos ponerse de pie para el himno nacional de El Salvador. De Honduras.
with that, it's time to get ready for kickoff. National anthems underway. Both starting groups out there, shaking hands, greeting, getting ready to get down to business. Again, I'm Renee Washington. Welcome into this Concacaf W Gold Cup matchup between El Salvador, as you're seeing on your screen, and all blue taking their team picture on the other side as they will face Honduras. Honduras starting off with a number of players that we've seen. Captain Barbara Murillo, who's been fantastic for them in the back line, gets to start. A number of other key players will highlight, including Lesbia Puerta, and head coach Fernando Banegas will be leading this group as we get a chance to take a look at Barbara Murillo, one of the captains, there at midfield. Match officials today: Astrid Gramajo, Heidi Kahl, Vilma Alvarado, also getting started as well. Time for the photo. And now looking on the other side for El Salvador, led by Captain Priscilla Ortiz, who we saw at midfield just moments ago with Barbara Murillo. Also some names to keep an eye on: Samaria Gomez, who's had a plethora of goals, as well as Dania Gutierrez, and head coach Eric Acuna will be leading this group. So a lot of names: Andrea Amaya, different players that have been receiving honors as best 11 for League B play across both of these teams. Players that have scored a plethora of goals. Now we will get ready for kickoff. Both teams lined up in the all-white kits. We've got Honduras moving across your screens from right to left in the all-blue kits. El Salvador, number 1 and number 2 team in Group B of League B action. And we are underway. Honduras starts things off with possession along their back line. Working it along this near sideline. It's Priscilla Ortiz passing it back. Now just knocked forwards. We'll see. Both these teams looking to, from the early starts, try to gain some momentum, take control of the pace of the game here, as we just had a close look at Madeline Nieto in net for Honduras. Alejandra Morales on your screen, number 6 for El Salvador, and able to get control of that one. So it will be a throw-in for Honduras. Carolyn De Lao looking for some options. Ball falls to the feet of Gabriela Garcia. Garcia is looking to switch. Ball bouncing in the midfield. Who's going to control it? Looks like it will fall to the feet of El Salvador. Daniel Fuentes with it. Nice overlapping run there from Irma Hernandez to get forward. It's a beautiful day for soccer today. These two could not have drawn this up any better. As Madeline Nieto comes off of her line to make the save here. So able to just start off in a nice high position on the pitch to be able to help make that play an easy one. A hard foul just inside the circle, as Gabriela Garcia will pop up. We'll take a look at this play again. Garcia looking to turn there. Strong tackle by Victoria Sanchez led to the foul. Now dribbling through the midfield, it's Danielle Fuentes. Fuentes hoping to get the attack started. Now at the feet of Samaria Gomez. Gomez with options. As we are just under 3.5 minutes in, still scoreless, and I say that because it was El Salvador that had the fastest goal scored in group action, and it was actually off the foot of the player with the ball now, Samaria Gomez. Gomez serves it across the box. That one out of bounds, lands on the top of the net. Samaria Gomez, who's absolutely been a player to watch for El Salvador, notched a goal in just 2 minutes and 3 seconds into the last game for El Salvador. Was trying to do the same here. Serves across the box. See, just as we look at that replay, just over the crossbar from that wide end line position. Now El Salvador looking to build it. Right now Honduras really been battling to just intercept passes and break up the attack, but El Salvador with a strike from distance. Handled nicely by Nieto. That was Danielle Fuentes. You take a look again. Fuentes just able to open up her touch to create enough space to get a good look on net. Now throw it on that far side for El Salvador, working up the sideline. Now Honduras getting forward, ball driven across the box, beautifully touched away. That was nicely done by Adalia Serrano. And Honduras on the attack. Going for Nicole Garcia. Gabriela Garcia brought down, no whistle though. Ball back in the box. There's numbers in the area. Headed away nicely by the back line of El Salvador. This is exactly what I expected from this matchup, an up-tempo game from the start. Both teams knowing what's at stake today. Of course, they play each other again in just a few days, but today the focus is on this one as we see a nice battle on the near side, and getting the better of it at first was Nicole Garcia before Garcia was brought down with a hard sliding tackle. Priscilla Ortiz, El Salvador captain, comes across and slides to poke the ball away. Take a look at this again. You see that slide by Ortiz. Does a good job of timing it. Some nifty footwork there by Garcia. That was moments ago. And Just hear from the crowd, all into it. You could hear them even during warm-ups, and they were piling in. Obviously, both of these teams' fan bases well here in attendance to support. Ball played across, nobody home, so it does fall to Madeline Nieto. So far, both teams not really giving the other a lot of space to get much going on in their attack. Ball bouncing around. Heavy pass. Nice pressure there on the near side. As you take a look, as Curlin DeLao came over well to block that service attempt. But we will get our first corner kick of the game. Andrea Amaya on the ball. Amaya drives it across low. Ball ends up back out at the feet of Amaya. Andrea Amaya again. Serves it in the box. Ball bouncing. Blue jerseys in the area. Shot on goal saved by Madeline Nieto. Take a look at this again. Andrea Amaya on the second service. Amaya got in a much better position. And Victoria Sanchez able to just work to bring this one down. Ball's bouncing. Sanchez not even facing net. Turns, trying to get her hips around it. Does a good job getting a shot there. Nicole Garcia plays it forward. Lesbia Puerto unable to control it. That ball's rolling around. Honduras, nice turn there. As Honduras building up field. Ends up on this near side again with Garcia. Garcia to Puerto. Puerto in the midfield finding Gabriela Garcia. Great switch by Gabriela Garcia finding Kayla Aguiar, who drives it across the box. Puerto wasn't able to get on the other end of it. As Andrea Amaya's clearance is blocked by Nicole Garcia. Take a look at this ball again. That comes off the foot of Gabriela Garcia off the switch. And Lesbia Puerto unable to get inside. It's good positioning by Andrea Amaya to shield and work that one out of bounds. So just under 11 minutes now. Scoreless here at Estadio Chelato Uclés in Tegucigalpa. Andrea Amaya staying very tight to Lesbia Puerto, rightfully so. Puerto, one of those players that's done well offensively, as Puerto's brought down. Yellow card issued. Going to Priscilla Ortiz. We've seen Ortiz now in a couple of hard tackles. That time gets issued the yellow card. Take a look at this again. Puerto turning, plays it to herself, and Ortiz brings her down. So a set piece for Honduras. It will be Barbara Murillo on the ball for Honduras. Murillo, one of the best 11 as a defender, for also contributing in the attack with a goal. Let's see and look to see if she can do the same again here. Murillo drives it back post. Punched away, though, by Idalia Serrano. Heavy pressure, no whistle initially. And there will be a foul. I couldn't even hear the whistle on that one. And that time it was a foul by Irma Hernandez. There's a closer look at Serrano, who just punched that ball away. Kayla Aguiar was the one that was brought down. Aguilar will step off to be tended to by the training staff. Did have a hard fall and also got shaken up off of that play. So now El Salvador setting up their ball. Honduras setting up for the set piece. So similar spot as we just saw on the other side that was taken by Barbara Murillo. Now just on the far sideline, this time taken by Gabriela Garcia. Garcia drives it across, headed. Race to get the second one. And it is Idalia Serrano that gets it next. Serrano in that all red kit. Punts it up pitch. Ball bouncing in the midfield and nicely done by Puerto. Little outside of the foot pass, just cut off though by El Salvador. Now El Salvador forced to defend a lot more in these last flurry of plays. Forced to just knock it up the field, try to get their shape, as Honduras has had the better of possession and control. Seems like ever since that El Salvador corner kick. See what happens here. Barbara Murillo just misclears that and actually gives up another corner kick. So now will be Brenda Seren on the ball. Take the corner for El Salvador. Seren drives it in. Whew. Madeline Nieto right there picks it off of the head of El Salvador to keep this thing scoreless. Ball's bouncing around. Ortiz plays it forward. Will be Nieto again on the other end of it. Ball one in the midfield by El Salvador as they keep it. Amaya looks to serve it in forward. Finds Gomez. Nothing there though for El Salvador. Well done by Deborah Tobias. Deborah Tobias wins that nicely, but still goes back to El Salvador. Throwing on that far sideline. Alondra Aguilar took it. Ball now bouncing as El Salvador builds it up the field. Pass intended for Brenda Seren picked off, and one back. Nicely by Victoria Sanchez. Possession so far in this match has been in favor of El Salvador, who's got the ball at their feet now. Brenda Seren with it, working it around out wide. Finds Andrea Maya. Been pretty back and forth. Each team with a couple of chances of their own. And now it's Honduras on the race. Puerto. Whew. Puerto's been keeping the pressure on. Gives the thumbs up. Nice ball played in higher up the pitch. Sets up for a Honduras corner kick. Take a look at this play again. That's a great ball in. Now 1v1. You see Lesbia Puerto really creating some havoc. Adalia Serrano off of her line. Nice slide there to tap that one away. Corner kick now for Barbara Murillo. Ball now at the feet of Brenda Soren. Soren dribbling forward. Runs into a pair of defenders. Soren still with it. Turns, plays short. Ball across the box. Well defended there. Nicely done, but not out of the box quite yet. And now Nieto will jump and grab it. Again, both teams had their chances. Of course, there's a couple of dangerous players to keep an eye on, and Lesbia Puerto on one side for Honduras, and on the other side, Samaria Gomez for El Salvador. Now El Salvador up the field. Looking to find numbers, not many options. Seren fouled. Astrid Gramajo, lead referee, calls this one. As you take a look again, Brenda Soren just fouled in the back by Rissy Hernandez. Lily Hernandez on the ball for El Salvador. Knocks it in. Nieto punches it away. Ball back to the feet, though, of El Salvador. Nieto retreats, and it does bounce out of bounds. So set pieces have been big dangerous factors. It was Danielle Fuentes who had the final shot off of that. You see, again, the punch from Madeline Nieto. Fuentes does a good job, and 2 touches, bringing that down and volleying to try to catch Nieto out of position. That one just bounces out of bounds. Danya Gutierrez wins that one as it rolls out of bounds. That was our lead official, Astrid Gramajo. Throwing on that near sideline, coming off of Curlin de Lao. Now knocked forward by Nicole Garcia. It's Puerto on the hunt. De Lao heads it. All out of bounds. Pass intended for Gomez, a bit too heavy. Danya Gutierrez. Getting a close look at her. Now Curlin de Lao with the throw. Pressure there from Alejandra Morales. Morales ball down. Take a look at this again. Gabriela Garcia knocks Morales in the back. Picks up the foul. It's El Salvador with the set piece. It will be Aleli Hernandez on the ball again. Just about 10 yards inside of the sideline. Pretty far out. So El Salvador with numbers top of the box. So Hernandez will be looking, I'm sure, to drive this diagonally. And Hernandez does drive into the box. Good numbers on it. And touched just over the crossbar by Victoria Sanchez. Played very well by Aleli Hernandez. As teammate Victoria Sanchez and others were able to finish their runs into the box. Take a look at this play again. Hernandez drives it in. El Salvador just keeps running. 3 blue jerseys in. Now the side flag did go up to a signal for offside. But a very close chance as El Salvador had numbers with Sanchez, Gomez, and Seren all in the box. So they're racing the other way now. Alondra Aguilar taking the throw. Couple of bodies hit the ground as that one rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. So Dalia Serrano will take this goal kick for El Salvador. Scoreless here as we are nearing the 25-minute mark. Both of these teams have done a great job offensively scoring, especially El Salvador coming off a 9-1 victory. Of course, Honduras did have a tie against Nicaragua, which is what dropped them to the number 2 spot. Throwing on that far sideline for Irma Hernandez. Hernandez looking to find someone, and Gomez pressuring it, but it does go out of bounds. Big bounce off of her knee. Sends that one out of bounds. Samaria Gomez of El Salvador, as I mentioned, had the fastest goal in a match that we've seen in group play, scoring just 2 minutes and 3 seconds into that 9-1 victory over Martinique. El Salvador has had 3 goals in 9 shots. 2 of those coming in the victory against Martinique. El Salvador with it now. Working it around to their midfield. Balls at the feet of Sanchez. Sanchez looks to play it in. And that will be last off of the head of Honduras. So a deep throw in for El Salvador as they play quick. Andrea Amaya gets forward. Amaya to Gutierrez. Gutierrez back to Amaya off the throw. Amaya drives it across the box with the left. Comes back out to Dania Gutierrez. Just too high off of that service over the goal. Samaria Gomez again on the other end of it. Take a look at this play again. Gutierrez drives it across. Gomez with her back to goal, trying to volley. First time, great idea. Just was unable to position herself better to get that on frame. Victoria Sanchez wins the first one. Honduras goal kick again picked off. Bouncing. Now wide, it's Aguilar going up against a couple of defenders, able to keep it. Ball does go out of bounds though. El Salvador working around on the far sideline. Daniel Fuentes looking for options. Finds Gomez. Gomez turns. Defenders on. Finds Seren top of the box. Brendan Seren. Back to Fuentes. Fuentes again too high. Daniel Fuentes has been able to take a number of shots from top of the box. That one came off a pass from Brenda Seren. Take a look again. Just first time shot. Fuentes doing a good job getting forward, just unable to get that shot on target, but not afraid to take them. Seen a couple of shots from distance from from Daniel Fuentes, that time off of the pass from Brenda Seren. Gomez again. Back to Seren. Seren, touch, shifts it. Nieto off her line and perfectly timed as Daniel Fuentes was in the area. All done by Madeline Nieto to make the save. Ball bouncing around midfield, now controlled by El Salvador. Sliding it through. Great win though. Well done. The back line of Honduras has done a good job of cutting off those passing lanes to really break up the chances in transition that El Salvador is looking to play forward. So well done by the Honduras back line. Brenda Seren dancing around, spins, able to switch the point of attack. Back to Brenda Seren, looking for some options. Victoria Sanchez passes it to herself. Now to Daniel Fuentes. Well done by Lesbia Puerto to win that. Puerto then brought down. Lesbia Puerto, a player that's notoriously someone to keep an eye on. A League B high of 12 shots coming into today, including a pair of goals. Very active on the pitch, that time on the defensive side. Now it's El Salvador with it, working around. Daniel Fuentes just dribbling in traffic. Nice ball forward into the box. That was Irma Hernandez getting forward. Overlapping to get into the attack. Wasn't able to get that final service across, just well defended by Honduras, again defensively. Fuentes lays it back to Brenda Seren. Seren, some players on her. Ball driven across. Missed. Bouncing. Cleared out of traffic by Honduras. And El Salvador's really been putting the pressure on. Gosh, how things have changed. That's soccer for you. The momentum just continues to change. Now in favor of El Salvador. Online looking to serve it across. Nobody there. And a near chance for El Salvador. That was a close one. Now it's Dania Gutierrez driving it across the box. And El Salvador just continues to force Honduras to defend in their own 6 at times. This time it's Lesbia Puerto racing forward. Doesn't have great numbers. 2 defenders on her, still going forward and able to draw a couple of defenders, and now it's a throw-in for Honduras. So now a chance for them to get some numbers up the pitch. Will be a throw-in for Nicole Garcia. Andrea Amaya takes the throw. Ball's with Irma Hernandez. Hernandez plays it forward. El Salvador now just keeps it. Longer ball played in by Aleli Hernandez. Well done by Andrea Amaya to step and pick off the pass, but then one back by Nicole Garcia. Garcia finds Puerto. Puerto turns, looking for options, looks for the switch. That's a great switch. And a heavy first touch, unfortunate by Kayla Aguilar. That was a great switch by Lesbia Puerto, finding Aguilar wide open on that far side. Aguilar was able to time that well, stay on side, but a heavy touch led it to a nice, clean, easy save by Adalia Serrano, and now El Salvador is racing the other way. Fuentes drives it in the box. Nieto off her line. Nieto collides with her own teammate, but ball still at the feet of Brenda Soren. Soren drives it in, and now we'll get a whistle, and that's a tricky one. There's a couple of players down for Honduras. It's a tough collision there. There's Madeline Nieto colliding with Kerlin Delao, as they were both trying to clear it. Training staff coming out. Take a look at this again. It's a hard play. Ball's in the box. The two just run into each other as both Honduras players were trying to clear this one up. This is the chance that was a great look as Lesbia Puerto was able to switch and find Kayla Aguilar. Again, Aguilar onside. Timed it perfectly. Just a heavy touch, and you just see the frustration. That's a play you'd love to have back. As just moments later, Honduras was then heavily defending, which is what led to the collision. So what a quick change of events there that was. That's kind of what we've seen all game so far. A chance on one end and leading to an opportunity the other end. Teams are now getting a chance to talk things over, get some tactical changes. We do see possession now is even. El Salvador, of course, had the better of possession at one point, as we highlighted, but now 50-50 split, which makes sense with how close this game has been so far. There's a couple of players warming up. Of course, for Honduras, they do have some goalies in Mariana Guzman or Natali Mutia if they needed to. Priscilla Ortiz, captain of El Salvador, who is a player that also picked up a yellow card earlier in this game. Some instructions being given out for Eric Acuna and his staff. Well, good sign, Madeline Nieto back up on her feet. Kerlin Delao up as well. So both players okay, able to stay in the match. As Kerlin Delao does have the ball there. And now Nieto will take it. So play will resume now. After a tough collision, we're back into action. Still scoreless between Honduras and El Salvador. Top two teams in Group B of League B action. Lesbia Puerto, the one that we've seem the most consistently creating havoc for Honduras offensively. Ball now falls to the feet of Barbara Murillo. Back to Nieto. Fortunate miss pass there. To turn it over, it does go to El Salvador. Thrown on that far side for them. So it will be Alondra Aguilar who takes a throw, passes to Kayla Aguilar. Irma Hernandez, deep throw, bouncing around out into the midfield. Gabriela Garcia with it. Puerto pressures. Serrano plays that out. Now at the feet of Fuentes. Fuentes with some space, taking some green, getting forward, and a slide by Deborah Tobias, whistled for a foul. Tobias and Honduras not happy with that call. Did look like Tobias got a lot of the ball, but the initial whistle immediately as a foul is called, and now it's a couple of players standing on the ball ready to set up for El Salvador. But you see Honduras there, not allowing them to play quick, just game management. We have seen on set pieces some quick restarts that have led in previous games to goals or near goals. So Honduras, and as close as this game has been, just heads up to get some players in front of the ball and not allow El Salvador to play quickly. So now they'll set up their wall 10 yards back. It'll be Dania Gutierrez on the ball. Gutierrez with some options. Players top of the box. Far distance out for a shot. But a tough distance to chip the ball, and we'll see what Gutierrez is able to do here. Gutierrez drives it on frame, and easy bounce into Madeline Nieto, who plays quick off the save. Ball bouncing around. One by her to Aguilar. Aguilar to Alondra Aguilar. Lily Hernandez throws it forward. And take a look at this play again. This is what led to the foul, as Alondra Aguilar a little too handsy in the back. Foul is called. Will be another free kick for El Salvador. This time just inside that far sideline. It's Madeline Nieto setting up defensively for Honduras. Deborah Tobias in the wall alongside Kayla Aguilar. Brenda Seren on the ball, ready to take it. Seren drives it, headed away by Barbara Murillo. You see here on this replay, Barbara Murillo able to get there first, heads it away, but out of bounds for another corner kick. Ball into the box. Nieto off her line, able to grab it. Nieto, who's done a great job aggressively off of her line. You saw the outstretched green arms of her jersey able to extend past everyone and win that. Unfortunately, on that attempt to play quick, Nicole Garcia and Honduras was unable to control it. So still scoreless as we're getting into the final minutes of the first half. Carolyn DeLao is throwing and the back out of bounds, so DeLao will do it again. Heavy touch there by Gabriela Garcia as the ball still stays on this near sideline, this time off of Samaria Gomez. DeLao with the throw. Garcia skies it forward, headed away by Hernandez. This time headed back by Priscilla Ortiz into the hands of Serrano. Very heads-up play there, you could say. Ball bouncing in the midfield. Victoria Sanchez with it. Ball now out wide. El Salvador building up, ends up back at the feet of Victoria Sanchez. Great ball into Brenda Seren. Seren driving near post. A couple of Honduras defenders closing in, looking for options. And it's Victoria Sanchez that gets that final shot. Excuse me, that was Alejandra Morales. You see Brenda Seren here getting heavily pressured, able to draw in 1, 2, 3, 4 Honduras defenders before finding Alejandra Morales streaking up the field wide open. Now back with Daniel Fuentes. Fuentes getting forward. Shuffles it over, but too heavy to Samaria Gomez. So there's a signal for stoppage time. We did have that stoppage time around the collision. I expected a couple of additional minutes in this first half. So 3 minutes of play left in the first half before we go into the break. Still scoreless. And just going to see which team will get a good chance to close out this first half. Ball driven across the box. Still at the feet of Sanchez. And what a rip. Victoria Sanchez squares it up. Takes a shot from distance. Take a look again. Off of the head of Brenda Seren, nicely done. That's a great pass to Sanchez. As Sanchez was able to drive that one. So that play, much like the others we've seen so far from both teams, especially El Salvador. Good shots from distance, just haven't been able to get them on frame. It's been off target, high or wide, but haven't been able to still get that one great chance on frame on either side. Irma Hernandez. Now back to Lily Hernandez into the midfield. Got a handball. As Danya Gutierrez was trying to control the ball. You see here a quick touch by Gutierrez off of the hands of Richie Hernandez. Richie Hernandez picks up the handball and now we'll be able to be back organizing with her team. Top of the box. That one taken on frame from distance by Lily Hernandez. You see here, El Salvador did have numbers racing towards net, but Lily Hernandez, Washington State University, drives that one herself. Throwing on the far sideline, coming up for Alondra Aguilar. So getting into the final minute of the first half here. Ball falls back to the feet of Hernandez. And that will do it. First half comes to a close. Still scoreless between Honduras and El Salvador. Top two teams in their group battling it out. We've seen a lot from both sides. We've got highlights. We'll talk about stats and first half play coming up shortly here on the break. As Honduras and El Salvador still looking for that first goal. We'll step aside for a quick moment as we get ready to break down the first 48 minutes of action. Well, after an exciting first half of play between Honduras and El Salvador, we're gearing up for the start of kickoff for half number 2. For Eric Acuna and the El Salvador squad talking things over one final time before they take the pitch. El Salvador sitting at the top spot in Group B in this League B standings with 6 points after a pair of wins. Honduras on the other side, 1 win, 1 draw, including a draw in their last outing, September 25th against Nicaragua. Both teams had a victory over Martinique. We will get some changes this half as well, as Anyeli Rodriguez, you see, taking the field for Honduras. So now moving from your screen right to left in the all-blue kits is El Salvador. Honduras in the all-white kits, moving across your screen from left to right. From the opening whistle, El Salvador controls it. Back into the midfield with Morales. Morales looks to play it forward. Fuentes, nice slicing ball into Gomez. Gomez towards net. And Nieto off her line, able to make the save. So in the opening seconds of this second half, El Salvador able to get forward with a good look. As we saw with the halftime statistics, both teams, although creating chances, haven't been able to generate nearly as many shots on goal. Of course, Honduras still seeking their first official shot in the scorebook. There's been crosses, there's been some plays that have trickled toward their respective keepers. But both teams haven't had as many shots on goal that really tested Nieto or Serrano between the pipes. Now one rolls out of bounds for a deep throw-in. Andrea Amaya will take the throw. And there, is a near chance off the post. Now that's the closest chance that we've seen so far this game, off of the foot of Samaria Gomez. Take a look again. This all started with a throw-in. Ball flicked across the box. Gomez just helps it on back post. Nicely done by Brenda Seren to Gomez. And Samaria Gomez getting closer and closer, just inches away off of that one. That's 2 early chances in the early going of this game. Now it's with Lesbia Puerto. Puerto plays it back to teammate Carolyn Delao. We will get a whistle for a foul there as Andrea Amaya. As Amaya fouls here, you take a look there. Amaya brings down Yandy Martinez. Excuse me, Anyeli Rodriguez. Ball one back in the midfield. Marcela Pineda. Pineda forward to Rodriguez. Some of the fresh legs that have come onto the field for Honduras. Coming right out. Getting some good first touches to start off the second half. Now it's Brenda Seren drives it across the box. Punched away, though, by Madeline Nieto. Alejandra Morales battling to work to win it back, and this time Danielle Fuentes does. Fuentes turns. Quick touch in to Gomez. Gomez out wide. Hernandez working on that wide side. Nicely done by Fuentes to open up her touch. Driving on frame. Right into the arms of Nieto. Daniel Fuentes. Again, we saw this in the first half. We see it again here in the second half to start. Does a good job getting that pass off of Irma Hernandez. Able to open up her first touch well to work around Honduras to create space. Just wasn't able to really put that in a dangerous area. Now it's Honduras going the other way. Whistle does slow things down and stop the play. So it was out of bounds. But El Salvador quick on the throw, not wasting any time getting going. Nice slide. Well done there by Carolyn Delao. Now it's Puerto on the run. Puerto slicing through a couple of defenders, brought down, and the whistle. Lesbia Puerto. And another yellow card issued, this time to Aleli Hernandez. So both Hernandez and Ortiz with yellow cards. So take a look here. Ortiz and Hernandez just kind of boxed out Puerto as she was looking to slice between the two of them. That's a danger spot for a set piece. It will be Lesbia Puerto on the ball, getting some motivation and nice quick talking to by her teammate, Versi Hernandez. Lesbia Puerto, who leads this offense with a pair of goals coming into today, also had 12 shots coming into today in the two previous games. It's a League B high. So across all of League B, coming into this match, Puerto had a high of 12 shots first previous outings. Let's see if this shot she can make count. Lesbia Puerto just over the crossbar. Puerto struck that well over the wall, but just too high. Wasn't able to get it to dip down under the crossbar, I'm sure, like she was hoping. Great chance. The first 45 had a full onslaught of opportunities, both sides, and so far in the second half, we're seeing the same. No drop off. The intensity the same on both sides. That one did hit off of the hand, but again, El Salvador continues to play quick. Ball defeated Brenna Soren. Soren skating around with it, but toe poked away by Garcia. Throwing on the near sideline. Alondra Aguilar. Throw picked off though by El Salvador. Aleli Hernandez taking the quick throw, not allowing any time for things to be figured out, as Honduras thought it was their ball. Versi Hernandez knocked that one out of bounds, so another throw-in again by Aleli Hernandez. Hernandez with the bigger throws on the field. So El Salvador will get some numbers into the box, set this up. Hernandez off the big throw. Into the box. El Salvador wanted a handball. Brenna Soren thought that hit off of a hand. Remember, Hernandez was directing traffic. Now we get another throw-in from Alondra Aguilar on the near side. And for as tight as this game has been back and forth, these two teams play each other again in just 3 days on the 29th. Alondra Aguilar knocks that one out of bounds. An awkward step there in the midfield by Alejandro Morales. Morales goes in for the ball there and it's fine. Another couple of players down. So back-to-back plays with some bodies hitting the ground awkwardly. And this time it's Priscilla Ortiz and Lesbia Puerto that are down. You take a look here again at the play that caused it. Ball coming in, they just collided with each other. Now both looking to shake things off. So on the other side, Martinique did knock off Nicaragua 1-0 in yesterday's match. So this game right now really, as it was already coming into this week, but now definitely seems more like the top two teams in this group of whoever wins this is going to be sitting nicely in group standings ahead of the matchup again between El Salvador and Honduras. That'll take place in El Salvador. It'll happen on the 29th. Ball slipped in behind. Driven across the box. Looked like originally was going to be a cross, but ended up being a shot. So a good old-fashioned shoss that ended up being from Dania Gutierrez. You see here again, Gutierrez gets the pass from Seren. First touch and then drives it across on frame. Madeline Nieto knocks it upfield. One back, though, by El Salvador. Their midfield has continued to control the tempo here. Daniel Fuentes with it. Combining, creating space. We know Fuentes can shoot from distance, and she does, and she scores! Danielle Fuentes. The celebration begins. Daniel Fuentes has been doing a great job creating shots from distance. Cannot give her any space. See the celebrations begin at Estadio Chelato, Uclés, as Daniel Fuentes has put El Salvador on the scoreboard first. Fuentes, who scored last in that 9-1 victory against Martinique, scores again today. You see here, able to take a few touches before that shot, drives it perfectly far post. What a beautiful finish. Right past Madeline Nieto. Cannot give Daniel Fuentes that type of space outside of the box. She will take that shot every time. As Fuentes was able to finish and put El Salvador on the scoreboard. There she is, the goal scorer, Daniel Fuentes. And Fuentes has been so active of generating shots from distance. The bulk of shots, I would say, have come off of her foot. And that one the most important as it finds the back of the net. El Salvador is unbeaten currently in group play. Still in the lead, trying to hold on to that undefeated streak. A lot of time left for both sides. Ball back into Fuentes again, this time too heavy, as Daniel Fuentes is unable to track down that pass from Alejandro Morales. First half was very back and forth. Second half so far seems like it's been heavily in favor of El Salvador, minus the free kick we saw for Lesbia Puerto. El Salvador wins it again off the goal kick. Morales shuffles it over to Sanchez. Sanchez out wide. Ball in the box. Gomez. Back to Morales, who keeps it. Now Irma Hernandez. Morales out wide to Fuentes. Fuentes, first time service. It's a great ball into the box. Nieto off of her line. Honduras scrambling defensively and now able to control it and get upfield. Don't have great numbers though, as they do turn it over and Aleli Hernandez is able to win it right back. Ball in the box. Headed away by Hernandez. Morales drives it on frame. That's a great shot from distance. Madeline Nieto able to make the save. Take a look at this again. That's a far distance. But Alejandra Morales hit that well. Madeline Nieto was able to cleanly make that save. Aleli Hernandez heads it. Aleli Hernandez finds Andrea Amaya racing forward. Amaya looking to cut it back. Nice slide defensively, though, by Carolyn DeLao. So some more substitutions coming in. It will be Kendra Haylock entering for Deborah Tobias in the midfield. And another change as Ingrid Castellon comes on to replace Gabriela Garcia. So Honduras with a couple more substitutions. We saw them make a pair of subs at halftime. Bringing in Marcela Pineda. As well as Aniele Rodriguez. Now a couple more substitutions. Kendra Haylock, as well as Ingrid Castellon on the pitch. Andrea Amaya passes into Morales. Morales back to Amaya. Amaya forward. Brenna Suren drives it across the box. Top of the box now. A shot from distance by Victoria Sanchez. No good. Wide off target. Honduras is playing quick. Madeline Nieto not wasting any time to play that one out. Of course, now trailing 1-0. Time not on their side, so wise decision to manage the game and look to play quickly as they can without turning it over, of course. But on the near sideline for Alondra Aguilar. Nice first touch there to handle it by Kendra Haylock. Haylock's pass out of bounds. Mercy Hernandez comes over, knocks that one out of bounds as well. So Honduras continues defensively, doing all they can to just disrupt El Salvador's attacks. Now up 1-0 behind the goal by the player right here on your screen taking the corner, Danielle Fuentes. El Salvador just continues to attack in a number of ways. This time, it's a corner kick. Nieto punches it away. Now in transition. Honduras trying to get numbers up the field. Looks to play direct. Heavy pass, though. As Adalia Serrano off her line, able to dive on that one. Serrano of Utah Valley University. Been very steady in net. Both keepers have been, I should say. This time it is the other keeper, Madeline Nieto. Nieto of CD Olympia with the save. This is a game where both keepers have had to be high off their line, as these teams do play direct at times. The crowd fully getting into it here in Tegucigalpa. There's our score, 1-0 behind a goal by Daniel Fuentes at the 57-minute mark. El Salvador, who won in their previous contest, 9-1 over Martinique, 3-0 over Nicaragua. Ball played in, Nieto off her line, Gomez in pursuit, but back to Gutierrez. And now it's Honduras slicing through. Honduras continues to put the pressure on, chasing this game. As Hernandez's pass is picked off. Now Victoria Sanchez with it, switches field. Finds Irma Hernandez. Hernandez, unable to control that first touch cleanly, allowed for Honduras to be able to close down. And that pass by Haylock, too heavy. This gives Serrano a chance to take her time, play with her feet, keep it. Andrea Amaya. And El Salvador looking to build up the field. Well done by Honduras. Picks it off. Lesbia Puerto. Offsides. The Fairmount State University attacker streaking it behind. Flag goes up. Puerto, who has, as I mentioned before, been the most consistent threatening player getting forward for Honduras. Tried to break free that time. Just a little too eager in an offside position. So we'll get another substitution, this time on the side of El Salvador, their first substitution of the match, as Jasmine Diaz will take the field. Diaz will replace Alejandra Morales. Diaz of Houston Dash. Take a look at this play again. Ball across the box. It is Diaz who's involved as she just stepped on the pitch. It's Diaz that was involved in that play. And again, wins it in the midfield. Coming right on with some meaningful touches in her first minutes. Nice turn there. Dangerous ball in, and it's Serrano off her line to clean things up as Ingrid Castellon was racing onto it. So Honduras slicing through the midfield a bit here. Nice moves, footwork to create some space and find Castellon. Well done by Honduras in the midfield. Marcela Pineda Ingris Castellon, two of the players involved in that play, as well as Kayla Aguilar. Ball into Gomez. Gomez turns, shoots. Out of bounds. Drove that a bit too high. Gomez did a good job peeling off her defender to receive that pass and be able to turn and face up towards net. But wasn't able to control the shot off of that first touch, and Gomez now will be subbed out as well. So we get a substitution here. Jacqueline Velasquez coming in. Velasquez of Alianza FC. Gomez will step off. Gomez, who had 9 shots in the first 2 outings, including 3 goals between the 2 games, had a first half brace against Martinique, as I talked about. Was named to one of the best 11 for League B for her performance, including that goal just 2 minutes and 3 seconds into their last outing. So Gomez will step off, replaced by Jacqueline Velasquez. Ball across the box, headed away. Well done by Honduras defensively to clear that out of pressure. Now they're getting upfield, getting some numbers forward. But El Salvador just sees so many blue jerseys retreating behind the ball, trying to get their defensive shape. As soon as that ball was turned over, Brenda Soren pleading. Here's a look back at that attack. There's a misclearance off of the first one by Marcela Pineda. Eventually they were able to clear that ball up the field. Now Murillo plays short, finding Aguilar. Aguilar shakes, cuts it back. Back to Delao. Delao unable to find her target there. I believe it was Puerto she was aiming for, but does pick that next one off. So 1-0 still to score here, with El Salvador in the lead at Estadio Chelato, Uclés in Tegucigalpa. El Salvador came out on the front foot this second half and has continued to put a lot of pressure on. Honduras has had moments, though, where they've looked to get forward, but just have not been able to get a good attack in transition to find shape. It's very direct, as they're doing again here. Haven't been able to find good spacing and pockets to get into. That one played out of bounds. Aleli Hernandez, Priscilla Ortiz anchoring the back line for El Salvador, continuing to be solid on that back line. And this time it's Haylock trying to parry it through. Velasquez working up against Hernandez. Rissy Hernandez urging her team along to get organized. Danielle Fuentes of University of South Alabama, the lone goal scorer in this one so far. Her second goal of group play. Beautiful shot from distance that was. Fuentes finds Diaz. One back now by Velasquez. Over to Soren. Soren with the big switch over top. Too heavy off of that pass by Brenda Soren, looking to switch the point of attack to Dania Gutierrez. One back now in the midfield by Diaz. Time and space for Gutierrez to turn, serving in the box. Nobody on the other end of it for El Salvador, but now Fuentes in pursuit looking to save it, but unable to do so. So you look at a goal kick. Again, it's Madeline Nieto playing pretty quickly off of this goal kick. Taking a look at Astrid Gramajo, our official of the match, main official. Ball on that far sideline. Now it's Ingrid Castellon. Aleli Hernandez slides it out of bounds. Priscilla Ortiz brought down, no whistle. Let's play on. A Honduras chants echoing throughout Estadio Chelato Uclés. Crowd trying to rally their group to tie this game up. It's been a fun one so far in this 1-0 matchup. Of course, Danielle Fuentes with the lone goal so far, the 57-minute mark. It's been fun, but even more fun if you're El Salvador. For Honduras, not so fun on the wrong side of this current 1-0 result. Ball bouncing around. Now back to the speed of Alondra Aguilar. Aguilar finding Barbara Murillo. Murillo, one of those best 11 players across League B. Is named to the best 11 team, I should say. Now it's Victoria Sanchez. Great ball in. And the offside flag goes up. That was a very creative idea by Victoria Sanchez off of the switch. You look here, the timing of Sanchez's pass. The timing of the run, just a hair offside. Very close though. We get another substitution. Christian Giron will replace Alondra Aguilar. Christian Giron steps on. Now Honduras working it back. Heavy touch there. One back now by Danielle Fuentes. Fuentes pass picked off, intended for Velasquez. Irma Hernandez with it. We have a player down at midfield right now. Play is resuming. Andrea Amaya gets forward. Ball cleared. And now we will get that whistle. The player's been down, I'm not sure the exact number, for a long time. It is number 19, Aniele Rodriguez. Rodriguez motioning to some upper leg pain. Rodriguez was just kind of laying at midfield in pain as that last play was going on. Now trainers will step on. You also see a look at our lone goal scorer of the game, Danielle Fuentes. Fuentes hobbling a bit. So as mentioned, these two teams sitting at the top of standings also playing each other again in El Salvador in just a few days on the 29th. So they will meet again. Take a look here. This is the play that led to Aniele Rodriguez going down. Not quite sure what happened there. I mean, muscle injuries are always tough. We see Rodriguez hobbling off a bit. Not sure if it was cramping or something else, but either way, play will get ready to resume. Possession has been even, 50% split. It will be a drop ball. Rizzi Hernandez able to win it, keep it, and find Giron. Just over 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Not sure what stoppage time will look like. But either way, I'm expecting it's going to be a wild finish. Heads up play there by Serrano to just bring the ball back, run some more time off the clock, as I was just talking about. Just over 10 minutes left with this 1-0 lead. Dalia Serrano just helping to manage the game a bit more. This is where you'll see El Salvador picking and choosing their moments of when to attack goal versus when to just keep it, maybe find corners. It's Brenda Soren that's doing exactly that, working out to the corner flag. With some pressure from Giron. Ball out of bounds off of Soren will be Giron's throw. Just knocked forward. So Honduras is probably going to look to play quickly and even more direct. So you do have to value possession though, because every time the whistle blows, the ball rolls out of bounds, any sort of set pieces in general, this allows for El Salvador to take their time and run more seconds off of the clock. So of course these two battling it out for the top spot in standings. Of course, Martinique, one of the teams in this group, with a win against Nicaragua, now has 6 points coming into today. They're still in the mix at the top of the standings. Every game, every goal, so important in group play. Honduras is hoping not to drop to number 3. With a loss here, they would drop them behind Martinique, still ahead of Nicaragua. So throwing on the near sideline for Christian Giron. Giron finds Puerto. Now it's Velasquez and El Salvador on the attack. Just being patient, not forcing anything. But well defended there by the back line of Honduras. Working it now through the midfield. Whistle blown, foul called. That one coming against Dania Gutierrez. Take a look at this play again. Gutierrez and Marcela Pineda just kind of jockeying a little bit there. Some hand grabbing. That fell in favor of Honduras. Ball bouncing. Both teams looking to control it. As El Salvador just, actually both teams just trying to get the ball up the field out of their own defensive half. Double team on the near sideline for Fuentes. And now things have definitely opened up a bit here. This is where the heavy legs, the closest of this game, really start to wear on players. Looking to just see if they can keep it. If you're El Salvador, taking your time. Great pressure there by Honduras. That's in the midfield for Ingrid Castellon. Now back to Idalia Serrano. Serrano knocks it forward. Finds Alelia Hernandez. Hernandez to Diaz. Diaz opens up and plays wide, finding Amaya. Amaya with space. Knocks it forward to Velasquez. Velasquez, good idea to try to heel pass and lay it off. Now it's Sanchez. Sanchez from deep. Shot saved by Nieto. Nieto quickly on that punt, able to drive that one nicely out wide to Haylock, who's taking off the ball. Brenda Seren with it, working towards the corner. That one out of bounds. Giron, of course, thought it was Honduras ball. Daniel Fuentes drives it across the box. Nicely done! And a chance on that far side by Dania Gutierrez. Saved by Madeline Nieto. Nieto punts it forward. One back by El Salvador, though. El Salvador continues winning first and second balls, and now Honduras is working to win it back. Gutierrez again in pursuit. Perfect timing and placement for Nieto, who comes out of that play hobbling a bit. There's a whistle as Brenda Seren was brought down. Some more substitutions coming up. It will be Amber Marinero checking in. There's a little confusion on the number. There we have it. Amber Marinero will check in for Danielle Fuentes, the lone goal scorer of this game. All played game and beautiful finish for Danielle Fuentes at the 57 mark. As the second substitution prepares, that will be Vasti Delgado coming in for Brenda Seren. So Vasti Delgado comes in, as well as Amber Marinero. Goal scorer of the match, Danielle Fuentes, steps off. Brenda Seren as well. Brenda Seren was one that was also involved in the goals with a brace in the last outing. Now it's getting forward. Gutierrez drives that one just out of bounds in the middle of the goal. He saw with her hands extended Jacqueline Velasquez. So this is a good opportunity. El Salvador is finding some open space. As Honduras is getting caught a bit out of position. And Gutierrez has had a couple of chances on that far side, wide open. El Salvador wanted the handball there. Officials want to play on. Take a look again at this play. It's Rissy Hernandez. It does look like it hits off her left arm there as she was looking to chest it down. So, fortunately for Honduras, that was not called anything. That time we do get a whistle for a handball. So after a 9-1 victory against Martinique with a brace by Dania Gutierrez and Brenda Seren, a goal by Samario Gomez, Daniel Fuentes, Andrea Amaya, Victoria Sanchez. It's 1-0 today for El Salvador. They continue, if it stands as is, unbeaten in League B Group B action. Couple of minutes left here. Galao looks to knock it forward. Honduras trying to play direct and get a pitch. Looking for an equalizer. Out wide now with Get On. Get a whistle and a foul. Foul by Delgado, bringing down Castellon. Take a look here again. Ingrid Castellon was coming across your screen before getting knocked down by Delgado. So that does set up for this free kick for Honduras. Pivotal moment for them. Barbara Murillo on the ball. Murillo, one of the players also named to the best 11 in the last 2 outings for League B play. Helped score a goal. Hoping to see if she can help set up a goal here for Honduras. Murillo, ball one, headed on frame and saved by Serrano. Take a look again. Barbara Murillo knocks it nicely into the mix. Number of players in for Honduras, unable to head that one away from Adalia Serrano. Serrano punts it forward. So we're now over the 90-minute mark and into stoppage time. So you're winding down this matchup. El Salvador still keeping it. Diaz with it with time, attacking up the middle. Diaz, white jersey's closing in on her. Loses it. One back, though. Ball bouncing around. Sanchez slides and fouls. We'll get another whistle. Take a look again at this play. Sanchez swipes across, knocking over Kayla Aguilar. Sanchez plays it forward towards Velasquez. Nieto off her line. Now out wide at the feet of Irma Hernandez. Irma Hernandez plays it forward to Velasquez. Velasquez, nice touch to herself. That one won back by Murillo. Time not on the side of Honduras right now. There's a great ball in behind. Could be the last chance. Kept alive with a slide by Haylock and then cleared out of pressure. Nicely by El Salvador. A big tackle and a whistle leads to a foul in favor of El Salvador. We do have a player down also. It is Kayla Aguilar down off of that play. We take a look again here. Vasti Delgado won the initial ball, collided there with Aguilar. And Laylee Hernandez will set this up. Should be just a matter of time now. Hernandez knocks it forward. Now Honduras needing to play quick. Get on. That one out of bounds. Astrid Gramajo signals. And that will do it. Off a goal by Danielle Fuentes on your screen at the 57-minute mark. El Salvador takes this one 1-0, remaining unbeaten in Group B League B play. Knocking off Honduras and Tegucigalpa. We've got highlights, stats, and wrapping up this El Salvador win over Honduras in just a couple moments here. As Honduras drops the loss at home. Should also drop them in standings after a win by Martinique against Nicaragua, and El Salvador holds on to that top spot. It was a back and forth game, but it was Daniel Fuentes that was the difference. So after out shooting Honduras in the first half, it was a second half goal by Daniel Fuentes. Some applause for El Salvador in their victory. They remain 3-0 in Group B play, knocking off Honduras. It was a close one. It was back and forth. A lot of great chances on both sides. But Daniel Fuentes, who's on your screen now, was the difference maker with a beautiful goal off a shot from distance. And these two do match up in just a few days. So far, as close as this one was, it's see you soon for Honduras and El Salvador, as they will play again on the 29th. That time in El Salvador. Honduras fans giving their team a round of applause, some cheers, some horns blaring. Take a look at the crowd here at Estadio Chelato Uclés. It's a well-fought game for Honduras as they just fell short in this one. They were unable to get the equalizer late. It was a fun one here at Estadio Chelato Uclés in Tegucigalpa. As things got started, El Salvador versus Honduras. It was a battle of the two top teams in Group B coming into today, and it's a chance by Honduras early. It was Lesbia Puerto who drove this one across the box. A couple of teammates on the other end of it, unable to knock that one home. You take a look again at Puerto's ball across the box. Garcia, one of those that couldn't finish that one. On the other end is El Salvador. This one bouncing around. Victoria Sanchez able to turn, get a nice shot off of that service by Alejandra Morales. Sanchez turns, shoots, and saved by Nieto. Not afraid to shoot there, and a good heads-up play to get the shot off. It was Puerto again, a great switch. This time on the far side, it was Kayla Aguilar that Lesbia Puerto was able to find, streaking towards net, and Idalia Serrano off her line, able to come close that one down. And then in the second half of action, it was El Salvador that was knocking on the door early, and the best chance that we saw that did not go in. That one off of the foot of Samario Gomez. Starts with a throw-in, ends with a post, keeping this one scoreless. And it was Daniel Fuentes. She's been taking shots from distance. She combines here very nicely with Sanchez, gets a couple of touches, faces up, and buries it back post as Daniel Fuentes gets the goal in the 57th minute off of a combination with Victoria Sanchez. Heads up play to just create some space to finish and drive it back post. That would be the goal that would stand. The game winner off of the foot of Fuentes. El Salvador continued on the attack. Another chance here that looked like it was going to make things 2-0 off of Gutierrez, who, after a brace against Monanique was looking for another goal here. Gutierrez unable to finish near post, as that one just hits the side netting. So with a goal by Daniel Fuentes, El Salvador remains unbeaten in League B Group B action. And taking a look at the full statistics, it was all in favor of El Salvador in terms of shots. Again, Honduras had a number of chances, but El Salvador the better ones of creating those chances and getting them on goal. 7 shots on target, 18 shots. The most important one, that one goal that was finished by Daniel Fuentes, did have more corner kicks as well. Pretty even offside and definitely even in possession. It was a back and forth game. It was Daniel Fuentes that was the difference in this one, as El Salvador remains unbeaten 3-0 after tonight in Group B play. But of course, these two face off again on the 29th. So for our entire production crew, I'm Renee Washington saying thanks so much for joining us at Estadio Chelato Uclés for this Concacaf Road to the W Gold Cup matchup. See you guys next time.